And apparently we can't, so we're going to have to... there we go. It took a little bit longer than I expected. So, on the blue side, it is... I'm hoping that the music isn't going to be drowning me out, so we're going to have to deal with that one. Right, so on the blue side, it is going to be the team of Mousesports. 10 seconds! And mYinsanity playing on the right side in the red trunks.
4, 3, 2, 1.
And as said, we are now going to go straight into the game. 4-man push into the top lane by the team of mYinsanity as well as by Mousesports. Tigers and Tyrael, they're going to be facing off against each other in the bottom lane. And it is going to be Mousesports that get the first watchtower of the game. Of course, the watchtower doesn't give any experience, but it is so handy to get all that vision control in the top lane. Now that we have a little bit of time, talents, Bribe, Muradin, not known yet, Heavy Slam, Arm-Piercing Rounds, Conjurer's Pursuit, Seasoned Marksman, Siphoning Arrow, Frozen Waste, Protection in Death, and finally Winter's Reach, picked up by Jaina here, a pony, playing on the new hero. And already everybody getting into position for the first treasures. Treasures will spawn at about 1 minute in. Correction, 50 seconds in. But that's about a minute. 50 seconds is somewhat of a minute. I mean, it could be... the verdict isn't out on that one just yet. But Mousesports going to be rotating to the bottom chest, getting 5 out of the 5 coins there. And mYinsanity managed to actually get themselves the 5 coins from the top side. And then now Starzerk is in position here. Aragi together with Freds are going to be trying to stop Starzerk from handing it in. Or actually, they're just going to leave him for now. He's going to have a full 5 coin turn in. And now he's going to be able to mount up. A pony now moving in onto Freds. Freds taking a little bit of damage. There's a slam coming out. Freds popping the Frozen Waste. And he's going to be able to walk away from this one. For now though, Shinobu already forcing Scene out of the lane. This is an advantage that you have as a ranged hero, of course. Being able to deal some damage to your opponent without him having the ability to actually fight back. Top lane, a little bit of a fight breaking out. Carrion getting ganked, and goodbye. No chance for him to escape that one. And First Blood going over to mYinsanity. However, Mousesports still having a slight advantage when it comes down to experience. And mYinsanity immediately going to try and take some control of the bloom camps. Picking those up for themselves. Carrion now with the teleport into lane once again. Oh, he has to be a little bit careful here. He now finds out that the bloom camp has been taken. And is going to be moving himself right back into the lane. A little bit of damage already put down here onto these minions, and Carrion, yeah, while being out of lane, lost a little bit of experience, allowing mYinsanity to actually get themselves back into the into a proper position where they can actually fight back, because while they were behind a few level-ish, and now protective shield for Brightwing, Muradin with a sledgehammer, amplified healing, spray and pray, arcane intellect, protective shield of course coming out of Uther, Felstead with the gathering power, Vala with an arsenal, and Venom coming out for Arthas, and the amplified healing coming out for Tyrael. In the bottom lane, Aragi taking a little bit of damage, but is able to barrel straight out of there. And his team is now going to come in for the side jump straight onto Kitagashi. They're going to take him down. And that's yet another kill going over to mYinsanity. And with that all said and done, Freds has a massive 10 points on top of his face. He's going to be able to hand them in for the full turn in, getting his team that much needed first shot. See now trying to get out of there, uses his jump, and will be able to escape from this one as Aragi is heading straight back to base. As you can see, the destruction of the tower is already giving the team of mYinsanity a nice experience advantage. And I don't think they will be able to take down the fort, but they will at the very least take down all the turrets and get themselves that 1200 experience that they so need at the start of the game. And this is also something that maybe they can actually turn around into a snowball if they can continue putting down pressure on the team of Mousesports. And another 3 coins here at the Pirates. They're just waiting for their opponents to make a mistake, waiting for them to get into position to actually hand something in. On the other hand, mYi going to try and take the doubloon time for himself, but Freds is here as well as Lowell. They're going to try and slow him down. There's a jump straight onto Scene. Scene in a lot of trouble here. Hungering Arrow now coming out as well. Freds has the root. Root actually lands on the Scene. Scene is going to get a little bit of additional regeneration, but he's going to go down. All of his coins going over to the team of mYinsanity. The only one who could actually have saved him was Kittigash, who was kept busy by Araragi, who is now going to be turning his attention to this chest, as his team has about 9 coins to hand in at this point, allowing them to actually go for the full hand in once again. There's 5 coins coming out of Lowell, 9 coins coming out of Freds. Yeah, that's the full turn in, unless Starzer gets the heal, correction, gets the stun or the hook off, but that's not going to be happening, and Mousesports already on the back foot, as they're going to be losing this fort in the first barrage.
Let's liven up this place.
Mousesports really, correction, mYinsanity not going to let Mousesports have any moment to, well, rest and take a breather, as they're moving into the bottom lane, going to get themselves a bruiser camp there, as their own pirate ship is going to be nuking down these towers, this gate as well. And perhaps even taking down the fort to half hit points. mYinsanity, on the other hand, with the 4-man push in the bottom lane, are at least going to be able to maybe take down the healing fountain here. One more hit, that's all it takes. And that's the end of that one. Very well done by mYinsanity, immediately taking advantage of the fact that they are on the map that they, or rather, well, that they are on the map that they didn't choose. I mean, they're not really taking advantage, but they're countering out the decision made by Mousesports to play on this map, and Mousesports' composition isn't all that great, doesn't look to be all that powerful at the moment. But maybe things will change once we are going to be hitting those level 14-15 talents.
They're all paid up.
Speaking of talents, Regenerative Rains and the Blink Heal for Brightwing, Piercing Bolt and Haymaker for mYi, Stitches going for Putterbal as well as the Tenderizer, First Aid and the Commander Odin for the Tychus, Commandeer Odin by the way, Ice Lance as well as Ring of Frost for Jaina, and now finally the hook onto Ace of Spades, but not much coming out of that one. Golem also going over to mYinsanity, as mYinsanity has picked up Cleanse, Divine Storm and Shrink Ray for Uther, Boomerang, Shock and Awe and Rewind coming out of Falstad, Battle Momentum, Rain of Vengeance and Frost Shot coming out of Vala. At the same time, mYinsanity looking for the flanking here. They're jumping straight in. Art is already soaking up a little bit of the damage. The Shock and Awe coming out. It's a lot of damage you can put down onto the Odin. The Divine Storm is going to lock up the Odin for even longer. Now the Shrink Ray is going to reduce its damage to almost 0. He's going to get taken out. The fort gets taken out. And now there's nothing to save Mousesports from actually getting wiped here. Well, yeah, there's nothing, because Stitches was also taken down in the background. There's these Holy Smite coming out of Lowell. Going to try and catch on to Kittigash. Kittigash gets stunned, gets locked up. Goodbye. Dominated. And Araragi locking up his only way of escape by jumping straight in front of him. And they pick up a fort, they pick up a domination. And mYinsanity in a very good position to take down game number 1. We can't really count out their opponents just yet, but things are looking very bleak for Mousesports. And with that all said and done, Relentless on Arthas, Armies of the Dead and Runetap, Reciprocate, Judgment and Imposing Will on Tyrael. Now there's not all that much they can hand in, can they? Never mind, they have Tyrael, Arthas and Uther, who are ready to do a full turn in if they so desire, but they're probably a little bit scared that their opponents might decide to actually fight back against this one. So, yeah, I'm a little bit curious as to see how the team of Mousesports is going to be responding to the threat of their opponents. Well, they're going to be standing into the smoke here. They're going to, at least mYinsanity going to try and catch on to Kittigash. Kittigash taking quite a bit of damage. There's a Shrink Ray as well. The Odin has been popped. A lot of damage by the Hammerang there. That's the end of Tychus. Now they're on to Muradin seen in a lot of trouble. He might be going down. Carrion trying to blink heal out of there, but the blink heal still on cooldown. Manages to escape over to Ipani, but a pony actually, but they're going to be forced away from the treasure chest, so that's a lot. Oh, there's a beautiful fly from Araragi straight onto Carrion. Carrion with the jump, but Freds is actually flanked around him. Was able to actually root him, and as a result, a full wipe once again in favor of mYinsanity. They're going to continue on to scene. Well, the unseen donger is the deadliest. The scene is trying to get out of there. Nice jump over the gate there, but now Lowell's on the wrong side. He can't really get out of there alive. Unless he's going to get a lot of help from Freds, who is desperately trying to take down the wall next to him. Nice grenade coming out, but finally Lowell has the way out of this sticky situation. And mYinsanity, well, they're going to have a full hand in as well. As the Grave Golem, correction, that's not a Grave Golem, as the Night Camp is already putting down some pressure on the top towers. So this bottom fort is going to go down in one hit on this tower, 4 hits on this one. And so they actually have enough to to go for a immediate follow-up on that one. So it's looking very, very bad for Mousesports. Level 16 abilities are there, but first Rewind on both Brightwing and Muradin, Relentless on Stitches, Tigers with the Lead Rain, and improved Ice Block for Jaina. On the other side, Uther with the Imposing Presence, Felstead with the Overdrive, Blood for Vala, Blood for Blood from Tyrael, and finally Stoneskin on Artis to make him even tankier. Of course, Mousesports are going to try and get themselves a little bit of experience, but well, I think it might be to no avail, as the hand-in will be ready for the team of mYinsanity, unless, of course, they decide to push the bottom lane. That's another option that they have. They have such a big experience advantage at this point. Ace of Space actually tanking up these towers. Ring of Frost coming out. It actually locks up the entire Night Camp. But, oh, hook onto Ace of Space doesn't quite catch. And that means that mYinsanity can rotate over to the hand-in area. They have 4, 2, 9, and 5 coins. That's more than the 16 required. Actually, the shark is going to be escaping here. Ploof. And mYinsanity in a very good position to at least get themselves another fort. They actually took it down in the bottom lane to get them the middle fort in middle keep actually in one go. Nice route there, both to Scene and Starzerk. Scene now getting locked up by the Rain of Vengeance. Scene able to actually escape this one. Beautiful judgment there with the body block onto Scene. Scene has nowhere to go. He's going to fall down. The Divine Storm has been used. The Shock and Awe now onto a pony. He's going to fall as well. Actually, that wasn't the Divine Storm. That was something else completely different. Stitches goes down to Divine Storm. And now it looks to be all but over as mYinsanity is pushing down onto this bottom lane. They lost no one, and it's a 16-1 in kills, 5-2 in forts. And now with the with the catapults in the mid lane, it's going to be somewhat hard for these minions to actually continue their push. So now with about 8 coins, Ace of Spades moving over to the Doubloon camp. They are going to be losing one of their turrets there, but that's not going to hurt them all that much. As mYinsanity continues the domination of the map objectives. Bruiser camp going their way. The Grave Golem is there as well, so if they decide to go in, well, this is pretty much the perfect moment, as the Grave Golem is just standing here. And actually, we have something here under the sea. Under the sea. Down where it's wetter, it is better. Take it from me. But yeah, this Grave Golem going to go definitely over to mYinsanity, who don't have enough coins to actually do the full hand-in just now. And as a result, Araragi... Oh, Araragi gets hooked. He's trying to get out of there. There's a stun. This gets smacked away into the enemy team. Araragi is going to get taken out, but the pony is in a lot of trouble. There's the Frozen Waste going to take him down. Rain of Vengeance is being popped as well. Divine Storm going to only lock up Scene, but now they're on to Kitagash. Kitagash getting popped out of his Odin form. Odin, with the Odin down, that's a lot of the damage negated there. They're going to try and take down Scene. A lot of damage you can put down onto him. Starzerk, he's going to be the sacrificial lamb for Mousesports. And that means that Stitches is going to fall as well. This Grave Golem still standing there. But the continuation of the fight. Lowell looking to get into position. Carrion with the blink heal, going to get himself to a safer position there. And the entirety of mYinsanity going to fall back. Maybe pick up the Grave Golem after this little skirmish that they had with the opposing team. So So if we're looking at the coins, 10 coins in their possession, they need another 8 to make the hand-in happen. But for now they are more than happy with just picking up this boss camp here. So with the boss camp going over to Mousesports, correction to mYinsanity, Mousesports even further behind now. As well as the treasure chest spawning, that's another 10 coins that, together with the coins that they have right now, should be enough for a full hand. And you can see Mousesports already moving towards this treasure chest here. They're going to use Jaina, Stitches and Muradin to pick those up. But the issue is they're so far behind that they need to get 2 full hand-ins in one go, and they can't really fight their opponents at the hand-in point. So right now they do manage to get the knights here. That's a plus, but a minus is of course that this Grave Golem is pretty much left unimpeded by the team of Mousesports. They're going to rotate now finally up to the top lane, but their opponents, mYinsanity, already have their secondary heroic abilities. Plus the fact that those guys also have the amount of coins needed to do a full hand-in and take down the final fort. Correction, the final keep. So with the hand-in complete, it is going to be yet another cannon barrage focused at the team of Mousesports. They're first going to be taking out this keep here. It's going to take 6 shots to take down a keep, if I'm not mistaken. As you can see, it's already down to half hit points. This wave should be able to take it out, and that's going to put even more pressure on the map for mYinsanity. And Mousesports, with their back against the wall, have to go for an all-out fight before they lose their final keep. And also, they just lost their final regeneration well, so things aren't going all that well for the team of Mousesports. mYinsanity just going to take themselves a little bit of time to regroup, get all their ultimates up, and speaking of their ultimates, Divine Hurricane, Bolt of Storm, Resurgence, and Resurgence for Falstad, Vala, Arthas, and Tyrael respectively. So mYinsanity is more than happy with just playing it very, very safe. They know their opponents, the only way they can get back is by those hand-ins. Their opponents have about 9 coins in their possession, so they only need 2 more to actually make a kill happen. Actually, one of the coins is left behind here. But they decide, we don't need those coins. Coins are for those who need them, and mYinsanity is a team that doesn't need those coins. They're most likely going to just shove the way all the to the core and take out all of the waves. Or actually, oh, this is a very, very scary situation here. Scene is going to be in a lot of trouble. The Blink Heal has already come out. There's a judgment on the scene. Scene will have his jump, but he's going to get taken down. Beautiful Divine Hurricane. Shock and Awe coming out. Shinobu with the Bolt of Storm moving in with the Rain of Vengeance. Going to try and take down Kitagash. Kitagash is able to actually escape from this one, but now Pony in a lot of trouble. He's going to get taken down by Valis. Oh no, it's Ice Block. It's going to keep a Pony alive for just a little bit longer. Judgment has already been used, so it isn't going to be picked up right now. Araragi just taking out Jaina, and now they're on the core. This core is going to fall pretty fast. Not much mYinsanity can do, correction, Mousesports can do about it, as mYinsanity is smacking down onto the core. 25%, 50%, and there's nothing they could do. Game 1, game over to mYinsanity. Whatever you feel like. So it's 100 seeds to summon your Garden Terror. It will spawn here. You get the seeds by going into these places here. One, a little bit here, a few here, of course here as well. There are shamblers on the map during the night time. If you take them out, you also make sure that you get some seeds. Get 100 seeds, summon the Plant Terror, and smack your opponent silly. That's how it works. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the match on the blue side. We have Carrion on Rhaegar. We have a Pony playing on Murky, Starzerk playing on Tyrael. Of course, it is Tychus played by Kitagash. And finally, in the bottom lane, it is Scene playing on Malfurion. On the other side, Arthas being played by Fred, Slowel playing on the one and only. Oh, they're running straight into Pony. Pony in a lot of trouble. Uses the bubble to actually get out of there. Pony still trying to stay alive. Barely manages that one. He has already popped down an egg. So that one is going to be hidden for now, going to allow Oponi to actually continue his push. While myrkii is very squishy and while he is easy to kill, he only gives a third of experience if he dies. And this is also an interesting way of playing myrkii, going for the more slime-based build. Actually, Oponi already getting taken out. There's the first blood. Now they're on to Starzerk. Starzerk trying to run away. Yeah, nice move with the chain heal. And now Oponi coming in again. And his team is like, nope, we don't want any of that. Actually, Oponi's standing still here. I think something is wrong with him. Okay, now he's back. Looks like he had a little bit of lag spec. Oponi for now just dropping down the fish here. Starzerk coming from the side. Oponi doing a little bit of damage. Starzerk with the Holy Smite. He's going to also take Ace of Spades down a notch, but fortunately, it is Malfurion who goes down the bottom lane. We missed that one as we were looking more at Ludo in the top lane. The Shinobu is trying to get out of there. He has his dimensional shift available. He's going to be using that one. Yeah, it was a little bit late, but it didn't really matter. He had enough shielding to survive this one. And you can already see how these plans are going to go over to mYinsanity. 15 already in their hands. Tyrael taking a little bit more time. Doesn't quite have the AoE clearance that Dazzler has. And now Starzerk has to be very careful that he doesn't get taken out. Tyga's going to give him a little bit of assistance here. But it looks like a 32 against 13 in favor of mYinsanity when it comes down to all those seats. Kitagash has to be a little bit careful here, but is slightly out of position to assist Starzerk, so Starzerk will be forced to retreat back to his fountain. Actually, all the way back to his Hall of the Storms. And the continuation onto this golem here. Actually, this was Clairvoyance being used by the blue team, by Mousesports. But mYinsanity doesn't really care about that one. They're just going to go straight for the golem. And going to pick that one up and going to get themselves their own plant terror really, really fast. 2 minutes in. Although they might decide to just stay there for a little bit longer. Starzerk actually trying to steal away as many as they can, but doesn't really stop the golem from the plant terror from actually being summoned. Starzerk now goes down. Let's see of Tyrael. He's going to try and explode all over Lowell and Threads, but both of them are going to be surviving that one. mYrkii, he died, but fortunately he's mYrkii, so it's not all that much experience lost. mYrkii now coming in from the side, from the rear here. Oponi trying to get the jump onto Araragi, but Araragi, well, is just going to be walking away from this one. The safety bubble from Oponi is going to keep him alive for a little bit longer, but one hammer, that's all it should take in this regard. And then it is end of story mYrkii. For now though, Lowell and Frez, they're jumping onto the Bruiser camp, but this is a smart move. Take out the camps before you actually spawn your golem. If you also actually aggro them, they're not going to be disappearing the moment the golem spawns. So Lowell most likely going to go back to his base, and if Frez is smart, he's going to aggro these siege golems as well. Or, well, opts not to. Okay, interesting choice here. I expected them to actually get the siege golems as well for the middle lane, but apparently they decided, we just want the plant terror for now. Plant terror heading into the top lane. Lowell with the sprint is already on his way to drop himself a bulb there. Ace of Spades is there, also putting down some pressure onto Carrion. Kitagash is there to clear out the wave, but here's Fred's coming in from the side. The bulb has been popped, and these towers are going to go down. Starzerk trying to jump in, trying to get the bulb down, but doesn't quite get there. And the continuation of the push in the top lane is very strong. It's Lowell, Fred's, and Ace of Spades. They're going to be taking out the gate as well as the two towers there. As Oponi is coming in from the rear, but isn't doing all that much damage. Shinobu actually takes him out with one Psionic Storm, so that's the end of mYrkii. But he's going to get back into position here. He has his egg nicely hidden. He's going to continue dealing some damage, but even though it is a mYrkii, and even though he has his egg, he's still going to fall. Lowell now going to get popped out of his plant terraform, but it doesn't really matter as mYrkii goes down. Now they're on to Tyrael. Tyrael in the hands of Starzerk gets taken out. They're going to try and take down Kyrian as well, but he has his shield, so he will survive this one. But it is going to be mYinsanity with the first fort of the game in their favor. Now they're going to hit their level 10 abilities. Transformation is available for Lowell, I expect. And let's take a quick look at the talents. Jug of 1000 Cups, Archon, Army to Death, Metamorphosis, and finally Falstad probably going to pick up the Shock and Awe the moment he actually gets the chance to click on Shock and Awe. Actually decides not to choose anything yet. Are they going to disrespect their opponent by by taking the aerial blitzkrieg. I doubt it. It's going to be shock and awe. mYinsanity, they knows, okay, we can play around with our food, but Mousesports is still a very dangerous team that they can still lose to if they don't focus hard enough. But Mousesports now 20 of these stacks versus the 60 stacks or seeds coming out of mYinsanity. Pony now trying to get out of there. Shinobu, he has his Sonic Storm. He's going to deal some damage to Pony. Oracle has come out as well. Pony will be able to just get healed up by Carrion. Starzer comes in from the side, deals a little bit of damage, going to continue the damage dealing onto Araragi, but it's not even close to enough. Another Siege Giant being jumped here at the fort. And that means that's going to be pushing as Murky gets taken down once again. I don't think we should be looking at how does Murky die, but more like when does Murky die. It's pretty much something that is very recurring. Now the scene gets jumped on by Lowell, will be able to walk behind his own walls. But these Siege Giants are already pushing down onto these towers. The Jug of 1000 Cups is still available for Ace of Spades. And in the top lane, it's going to be Araragi who is going to be pushing this top lane into the second tier turrets, and then subsequently into the keep. Now that we have the ultimates for the blue team as well, for Mousesports, we're going to be looking at the Octo Grab, Commander Odin, Twilight Dream, Judgment, and finally Ancestral Healing, most likely coming out of Riggar. Let's see. It's Murky picking Slimy, Pufferfish, and Venom and Bribe, so he's going to go for the mercenary pickups. But with Falstad this far in the top lane, Araragi is going to be able to put down so much pressure, and even with Murky, even with the 5-man push in the bottom lane, they can't really put down the pressure that a Tesla or a Falstad is putting down in the top lane. So it's going to be very hard. Now Fred, he's moving in. There's a transformation. Scene just going to get wiped. No, he has the Ancestral Healing. That's going to keep him alive. The Judgment of the Lowell is going to lock up Lowell for a little bit more. But Pony, he's so dangerously low. He's actually Carrion is the first one to fall. Now Starzerk as well as Arthas goes down. And finally it is Murky who bites the dust as well. They're going to try and jump onto Tychus. Tychus will fall. And it's a 5-0 in favor of mYinsanity. Murky, it doesn't look like it's going to be very powerful. That's I think an understatement. Falstad in the top lane still has that pushing potential going, but he's going to need himself some Siege Giants in order to take down this fort, or rather this keep here. His team though is more than happy with taking down this bottom fort. And yet another experience lead, a further experience lead going over to mYinsanity. 4 levels advantage now. It's going to give them, well, not only talents, but so many stats as well. Ice Block, Rewind, Prescience, Relentless, and Sixth Sense being picked up by mYinsanity here.
Night falls in 30 seconds. Are you ready for some amusement?
Where did the Knights go? Yeah, the Knights went into the bottom lane. I believe that their Siege Giants are going to go back into the top lane. No, they're actually getting they're backing away from the Siege Giants. They want to get themselves a little bit more pressure in that middle lane. Sending Shinobu to the top lane actually, or at least using him for Oracle Vision. But now going to get themselves some more experience. Going to get to level 16 abilities. Now 2 talents ahead. Blood for Blood, Dimensional Warp now getting picked up as well. And there's not all that much that Mousesports can do. They do get some vision onto mYinsanity, but even in a 5 versus 4 situation, they can't really fight. There's the Metamorphosis, straight Scene taking quite a bit of damage. Shock and Awe coming out as well. Murky has already been popped, so it's Malfurion and Murky down. Now they're onto Starzerk. Starzerk has nowhere to go as Ace of Spades comes in from the side. Yet another kill going over to mYinsanity. Kitagash, he's going to get tossed out of his Odin form as Pony returns to the fray, as he is Murky, of course. But things are looking very bad for the team of Mousesports. Murky coming in again, trying to deal as much damage as he can, but to no avail. And as a result, Fred is going to be able to just clear out these seeds here. It's interesting to see these seeds on the top side are also still available for pickup. And that's going to be a massive plant golem. Actually a 4 Siege Giant push in the middle lane. They can't really get the kill onto the fort just yet, but they do have enough seeds to get themselves that plant golem. Ace of Spades now going to clear out a little bit more. Most likely Illidan is going to head straight back to the base after all of this. Oh, they're just going to get themselves some more seeds. Also a very valid possibility. Who do they actually want to get get into the plant terror. It's an interesting choice that they have to make. A lot of damage being put down onto the Grave Golem as well. Pony is standing to the side, wants to get himself some of these seeds, but it's going to be do or die. mYinsanity is going to be just jumping straight into the enemy team. The transformation should be available. Judgment on the Lowell is going to keep him locked up, but the transformation is more than enough. Lowell actually chasing down Kitagash, pushing him out of the fight. Malfurion is nowhere to be seen as he gets blown up in the background. It's Tigers who gets taken out. Carrion and Starzerk are already backing away from this one, and fortunately for the team of mYinsanity, they are just in time to get themselves a Plant Terror before it despawns. And with the Plant Terror, they should be actually have 140 seats, so that means that they can actually pick up yet another Plant Terror right after all of this. A Pony now getting taken out, and yet another kill going over to the team of mYinsanity. 12-0 right now, and it's a total dominating victory right now for mYinsanity. Unless they give something away, which I sincerely doubt, it's all but over for Mousesports. The root comes out, there's the curse as well. Carrion getting turned into a plant. Lowell with more damage on the scene. And Lowell's like, okay, sure, damage me. I'm not really caring about that at all. The towers never bothered him anyway. As the continuation of the push by mYinsanity into the enemy base. mYinsanity, well, this with their setup, I'm not entirely sure what the biggest advantages that mYinsanity is having right now. Is the fact that Murky's on the team of Mousesports, or just the fact that they are so strong? Well, another keep going down. That's going to be more experience going over to mYinsanity. They're trying to focus their attention onto Starzerk. He's taken down to half hit points. The Judgment going out. That's going to pop him out of range for the ancestral healing. That doesn't even heal him up now. Lowell jumping straight into the fight. Shock and Awe coming out. Scene gets blown to bits. Now we're on to Pony. Pony still regenerating. He's going to take a little bit more damage than necessary. He's going to get taken out. And now it is mYinsanity with a 5-man push onto the enemy core, 4-level advantage, and it's GG 2-0. mYinsanity advancing to the next round of the WePlay HOTS Invitational for $1,000.